St. Francis was born around the year 1181. He was born in Italy. His family was rich and his mom was French. Since he was a kid, he went to school. When he grew up, he went to battle. After the battle, he got captured. He had to wait until his father pined to get St. Francis free. St. Francis threw his money to the poor. It made his dad upset. Francis lived his life to the poor. He also was teaching about Jesus. He became a saint in 1224. He is the founder of the Franciscan order. He became sick and his health declined quickly. Night guarded him until his death on October 3rd, 1224, and 1444 in Italy. I chose this saint because I really love animals and he is a good saint.
Mother Teresa was born in 1910 on August 26, 1928. When Mother Teresa turned 18, she left home and joined the sisters in Loreto School. After 1 year, in 1929, she started teaching at the Loreto School in Calcutta. Mother Teresa got called twice to help the poor. She started to live on the street so she could help the poor. She helped the poor before herself, and it was like she thought that the poor was way more important than her. Mother Teresa broke her collarbone by falling. She got malaria, and after she got malaria, she kept on getting sicker and sicker. Then she died on September 5th, 1997 at the age of 87.
Paul was born on May 18, 1920 in Poland. His dad's name was Karl. He was a police officer. His mom died when he was only 9 years old. Her name was Emila. His college name was Cracovia University. John became a priest by cleaning the church, and one day he was so interested to become a priest, so he did one day. Then he started to teach classes. After he became the highest ranking bishop, then he got a good degree. After that, he became a pope by being elected. St. John Paul died on April 2nd, 2005 in Vatican City. His feast day is October 22nd. He died because he had many health problems. I chose the saint because he served as pope for 29 years.
Saint Catherine of Alexandria was born on 287 AD. Her father's name was Constans. Catherine's father was the governor of Alexandria. Catherine had so much faith in God. Saint Catherine was only 18 years old at that time. She got angry easily. When the emperor saw Catherine, he really wanted to marry her. So he gave her the queen's crown
but she refused it and said, "My heart belongs to God." When Catherine refused it, Maxentius made a wheel with spikes on it, then tied Catherine with ropes. Then, miraculously, the ropes fell off her hand. Then, when the rope fell off her hand, the wheel of spikes flew everywhere, in all different directions. The wheel of spikes didn't work. Maxentius finally beheaded St. Catherine of Alexandria. Catherine is the patron saint of philosophers and female scholars. She is known as one of the 14 holy helpers. Her feast day is November 25th. I chose the saint because she survived the impossible.
Saint Rita is a lovely name. It comes from the Latin margarita, which means pearl. She was born in the year 1381 in the village of Rocca Perenna, near Cassia, Italy. Her parents were Antonio and Amata Lotti. She never went to school, but somehow she could read and write. At the age of 12, Rita married Paolo Mancini, another kind man with whom she had 2 sons. Saint Rita wanted to be a nun since she was a little girl, but her parents had other plans. Rita obeyed her parents, believing that God wanted her to give up her wish to be a nun and marry as her parents wanted. After her husband and 2 sons died, she prayed a lot to her 3 saints, John the Baptist, Augustine, and Nicholas of Tolentino, to help her bring peace between 2 families so she could enter the convent. Saint Rita was meditating before an image of Christ's passion and crucifixion. As she prayed, a small wound appeared on her forehead. The wound never healed. A few months before her death, a relative came to visit her. Saint Rita asked for a rose from her childhood garden, but it was impossible to get a rose because it was winter in Cassia, Italy. Her relative went and she saw a blooming rose and took the rose back to the convent and gave it to Rita. Saint Rita died of tuberculosis on May 22nd, 1457. Saint Rita was beatified by Pope Urban VIII in 1627 and was canonized by Pope Leo XII on May 24, 1900. As you can see from her life, Saint Rita has overcome impossible situations, making her a saint of impossible things. I chose a saint because she sounded very interesting to me and I wanted to learn more about her life. Saint Rita is important to me because when my family is sick, we pray to her and helps us to feel better.
Very nice.
France in 1412. Her parents were farmers, and their names are Jacques and Isabel. When she was about 12 or 13, she saw St. Michael the Archangel, and he told her to fight for her country. Also, she needed to bring the King of Rams to be crowned. She decided to take action when she was 16. When she went to King Charles of France to get an army of soldiers, he just laughed. Joan did not give up, so she continued to ask for his help and she gained support of local leaders. Later on, he agreed to provide whatever she needed with an export to the royal court in the city of Chinon. When she went to the king was suspicious. Later, he agreed he had nothing to lose. The English were at Orleans fighting with one another. Before the fight, Joan had visions from God. Joan practiced for the battle while the king was thinking. She was waiting for him to let her fight. She was an expert at horseback riding and an amazing fighter. Joan got more visions from God before she set off to the fight. The French people greeted Joan with celebrations and cheerings. Once the French army was there, the fight started. Joan was leading the attack when she was hit by an arrow, but Joan did not give up. Joan inspired the other troops to fight even harder. Joan and the French army repelled the English troops and caused them to leave Orleans. They had a great victory, and they had also saved the French from the English. When the battle of Orleans was over, Joan had only done half of what her visions told her to do. Also, she needed to get Charles to him so he could be crowned king. When the army and Joan cleared the ways to Rheims, more people started to join them. Soon they made it, and Charles was crowned king of France. When Joan heard that a city called Compiègne was under attack by the Burgundians, she went there to defend the city. When she was there, the drawbridge was raised and Joan was trapped. Joan was captured and later sold to the English. Joan was a prisoner to the English. She was questioned for days. They were trying to find out if she was Catholic. The English didn't find anything, but she dressed like a man. They said that it was enough to deserve death. Joan was burned at the stake. She asked if she could have a cross to die with, and they gave her one. When Joan died, she said her work was done and her soul went straight into heaven. I chose this saint because she knew she would get hurt by an arrow, and she is the patron saint of soldiers who are fighting. She died on May 30th, 1431.
Saint Martin de Porres was born on December 9th, 1519 in Lima, Peru. His mother, Ana Velasquez, was a single parent. The family was poor, and Martin did not go to school as a young child. He learned many things from his mother. When Martin was 15 years old, he joined a group of religious men, the Dominicans. As a servant boy, he was placed to study with a barber surgeon where he learned the administration of medicines. At the age of 23, Martin took his religious vows as a member of the Dominicans. Martin dedicated his life by caring for the sick. Also, Martin found a home for the orphans. Martin died on November 3rd, 1639. His funeral was a big event. The leaders of Japan and Mexico helped carry his coffin. He became a saint on May 6, 1648 by John the 23rd. Martin's feast day is on November 7th. I chose this saint because he reminds me to donate money and help the poor. I also like that he cared for animals.
Very nice.
St. John Henry Newman was born in 1801 in London, England. He had 6 older brothers. He went to Trinity College for his education. Henry became Catholic when he was 29 years old. He was an Anglican priest in England, and then he studied the Catholic religion. Then he became a Catholic priest. Later, he built a Catholic college. In 1886, his health began to fail slowly. He died from pneumonia when he was 89 years old. He was buried in 1890 in Red Hill Cemetery, England. Today, many colleges have St. John Henry Newman symbols because he's the patron saint of colleges. I chose this saint because this year is a tough year year. It is because of COVID-19. I chose St. John Henry Newman because I think he can help me. He is important to me because I think he can help COVID-19.
Thank you.